Did you guys have pressure from Yizo because weren't there similarities at the time between Backstage and Yizo or really not?
But it's a bit cleaner, Emmanuel.
Wait.
So,
Backstage, trust me. No wait,
That was generations ago.
That was generations ago.
I mean, in the States, think about the Bold and Beautiful. Those actors are still getting paid with people. Like, they're living off of their royalties.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld
is rich food.
They're living off of their royalties and the people.
I've always been curious. So as an actor, the way you're saying, and it not being professionalized, no UIF, how do you then walk into a bank and say you want to buy a house? What does that conversation look like when you're a
because you need to provide.
Contractor? You need to provide like a solid proof of either income for a while, and UIF. They always ask these things at the bank. You get there, you see the person. And you're like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
They're like, orange top. And then she's like, what are you wearing? You're like,
you tell them wrong color clothes.
Wrong color.
You don't.
Maybe you were kissing a guy who couldn't kiss or something.
Kenneth Mashaba, kissing Kenneth Mashaba is the embarrassing moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another special edition of Podcast and Chill. Our first guest today is Pinduka. He's a South African actor, motivational speaker, presenter, businessman. He's well known for his roles in various TV shows such as Zolani on Rhythm City, Jojo on Scandal, Begumuzi on Isipaya. He was also one of the top 10 finalists in the First Class Act reality TV competition. Please make some noise for Melusi Mbele!
Melusi Mbele!
In the building! And our other guest is a legendary actress. She was born same day ours. You know we were born on the same day.
You kidding me?
I kid you not. 7th November.
Come on.
November.
Scorpio.
I'm November too.
Scorpio.
23rd.
You know the Scorpio.
Well, actually, I'm in the middle.
Yeah, you
It's
just...
Scorp and Sage.
Yeah. I've never heard of that before.
It is.
Scorp
One ends on the 23rd and one starts on the day 23rd as well. Yeah.
So what do you fall under?
I don't know. I'm never a star person. I don't know, man. I just
She's a South African actress who's been in the industry for close to 2 decades. She's known for brilliant work on Backstage, Isidingo, Generations, Gomorrah, and many more. Please make some noise for the legendary Katlego. Danke! Bro, before we go anywhere, I just want to give you your flowers, sis Katlego. I mean, I was telling you like downstairs that Backstage, I was such a big fan. Like religious viewer. I remember me and my mom, every time I'd come back from home, first thing we did at about 6, it was 6 p.m.
Exactly
we'd watch
right.
Backstage, bro. Like religiously.
Whoa.
Never missed an episode, huh?
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Were you like that with Backstage?
Nah, no, not really. I didn't really grow into like watching ETV stuff. Funny enough, I don't know why. It's so weird. Like as an SABC one person, I just continued. I only tuned into ETV for Emmanuel. That's about it. That's for real. Like I've never got into anything else.
Aren't we all
Not even
guilty?
crazy.
Aren't we all guilty?
It was fucking hard. And there was not tired of my mother. TV night.
I remember because when I was on Crazy, ETV once did they had a stage at the Rand show. And Crazy was there and Backstage. And it was the first time I actually met Chipa. I actually have a t-shirt from that day. Of Chipa. Yeah, long ago, back in the days.
With the dreadlocks.
Yeah, with the dreadlocks. Yes.
Yeah.
So how was Backstage for you? Like, was it life-changing? How did you even get that role?
It was amazing. I was literally just fresh out of varsity. I think it was my second audition ever outside of varsity. And it was for Backstage.
What was
Luckily,
it first?
It was for another show. It was a comedy series. Right now, I can't remember the name, but it was a comedy series. And I had like a small role there. that gave me the taste nyana of TV. Oh, okay, this is how it works. This is how, so now I'm a professional actress. Okay, this is how we roll. And then the next one was Backstage. And that just opened up a whole new world because it was young people having fun, doing what we do, right? Because I was in varsity doing drama, doing acting, doing all this artsy stuff. And now I'm working, doing the same stuff, but doing it for TV. And I was like, wow, this feels amazing. It felt really, really wonderful to be part of the team. And I think they were visionary in the way that they told their stories. I think at that time, nothing was being done like that. So that's why I think maybe it drew such an audience and people were just glued to it. But it was amazing.
Did you guys have pressure from Yizo? Because weren't there similarities at the time between Backstage and Yizo or really not?
It's a bit cleaner, Emmanuel.
Way cleaner. Way
so,
Backstage, trust me, way cleaner.
So we were in the same class but on different sides. Good girls and bad girls.
No, I love that, man. And at what point did you realize that, man, this show is massive?
I think it was when it came to Joburg. Because when you're in Cape Town, you realize it's big, but it's Cape Town. You know what I mean? Cape Town has a very small town, village type of feel sometimes. So the minute we came to Joburg, and it was like ETV headquarters, and ETV made a big deal about us. And it was like, okay, why is Channel making a big deal? Then you'd go to the mall, and people would be like, like, okay, what's going on now, guys? I'm used to just going to the mall and being like, maybe the odd colored person would be like, hey, and that was normal. But now it was like on a bigger, larger, like note, and I was like, wow, okay, this is different. Wow. This is completely different.
Do you remember Backstage, bro, Melusi?
I do.
Yeah, just to lift up.
I do. Yeah, I do. I know it was about music and dance most of the time. Yeah, I remember that.
And for you, what show would you say is pretty much the same as Backstage in your career?
Wow. Look, when it comes to music for me, lapho ngiyalahla because angikwazi ukucula okokuqala, and then also when it comes to dance, I'm lefty actually. So ngivele ngiphambane nje ne-choreographing yakhona. So I've done nothing close to Backstage or anything like that. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like
your
in your
turning
career.
point.
Yeah. What was
that
your
launched
Backstage?
you?
Oh, my Backstage. Oh, you mean that?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, actually.
These two left feet danced around that question.
I thought you were asking something related to Backstage.
No, your big break.
My big break, actually, it was iMubango. Yeah, ngafakwa namavenda laphayana ngingasazi isivenda. So basically it was that for me. And thanks to Ubab Tumandlovu, because I think it all started there for me. Having to join AMA acting workshops. Ubab Tumandlovu, he would do them SAPC. So I've done them for like 3 years. We'll go once a week, like every Thursdays. And that's where actually langwazi ukufunda khona indaba ye-acting and nani. So then my first audition, then it happened kwaba eMubango, and then I've got my break there. Yeah.
And you guys have been in the game for so long. What have you seen like the changes over the course of your career? Like what are some of the changes in your industry?
I think there have been good changes and bad changes.
Okay. Let's start with the bad. We like the bad.
Yeah.
You guys like the spice.
Yeah, the juice.
The bad has been, I think the quality is taking a knock a little bit. And it's on a very contentious issue. The issue about opening up the industry.
Yes.
Et cetera. So that has quality concerns. It's going to have an impact on how the quality of the things we see and how things get produced. Ultimately, we can open it up, but if you're dealing with unseasoned performers, untrained people, then it's going to be vastly different from having a Denzel Washington running this thing. Okay, there's a reason why there's a Denzel Washington. There's a reason why there's a Sean Connery, and there's all these great actors.
So you think it was opening up the industry for the sake of opening it up?
It became sort of along the lines of more marketing.
Okay.
It was more about, okay, who can we get who's going to get the most eyes on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's look at numbers, social media numbers. Oh, okay. Oh, so-and-so's trending. Let's get her.
Yeah.
Right?
But that doesn't
Which is a
equate
great
to
idea.
quality, yeah.
It doesn't equate to quality. So for me, what I would love to see is a balance of both. I would love to see more trained actors. I would love to see a more intentional way of just saying, okay, let's upskill them. Yes, they've got an intention, they've got a desire to be here. Great. But let's skill them. Let's make sure that they can actually hang next to Melusi on a set. Do you understand? Because now you're going to have a scene with him and you're going to drown in that scene, and that scene is going to look a little bit dodgy and lopsided because you've got a trained, seasoned actor next to you. You know what I mean? So that for me would be the balance. I would say that's the negative.
Have you ever gotten frustration like on set because of the person you were acting with is maybe not experienced? Does that frustrate you or feel like it's holding you back, as a seasoned actor? Not
really. And I'll tell you why. We were always trained to approach the work as a living piece of work. It's alive. We're working on it now. If we need to move that light to make sense of what needs to happen now, and the sun comes shining in, and we're like, oh no, we weren't ready for that light. Oh, okay. Let's shift that light. It's a living piece. So if I'm working with somebody who's not really making it, perhaps they're having a bad day. Perhaps something happened to them today. Perhaps they're not in a good mood, whatever the case might be. But I'm trained to adjust myself and adjust how I need to perform so that I can accommodate you. So even if you're not necessarily up to par, I'll make you look good. Let's go. Let's go.
It's part of being professional.
Let's go.
That's why you get the big bucks, huh?
Because ultimately the scene must look good. My name is on it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
That's my reputation. That's my reputation out there.
I think also the social media as well played a huge role, just in terms of having to connect with people from, say, rural areas. Mina njengomuntu ophuma eThekwini, I know before I got into the industry, I would really struggle just to understand the industry and just knowing how do you even get yourself an agent. When there are auditions, you don't even know what to do or how to get to those auditions and so on. But at least social media had played a role in terms of having to connect with people out there and expressing and exposing the industry to them, just to also make it easier for them to come to the industry and having to become an actor or whatever it is. But I think definitely social media had really played a big role in terms of that.
And what's the blueprint regarding that? So I want to be an actor or an actress. Obviously you got to study for it.
Oh, yes.
And then after that, is it as simple as just getting an agent and then I go to all these auditions and then one bites?
I like that question because you know what? I always say this. You got to have three things, and I call this my formula. One, you got to be talented. That's got to be a God's given thing that you have. You don't go to school for talent, you gotta have it. Secondly, you gotta be passionate about what you wanna do. That would drive you. Whether you go through difficult times or whatever, you'll still try to break through because of the passion. You know what I mean? Thirdly, you got to go out there and seek for information. You got to be informed. Those are the three things. Just having talent and you're too talented and you're alone, I mean, you get exposed. Because your talent can go as far as it can. And then you need to, for an example, I've never went to school for acting.
Oh, wow.
But I was fortunate enough to have joined acting workshops in the SABC, and they've really given me some knowledge about the acting industry and so on. And I'm here today because of that. I've always had to praise him for that, And so basically, you just really need to have that. You got to be informed, reading books,
contracts.
You know what I mean? Watching a lot of movies too, man. You want to be part of this, you've got to live it.
And consume it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, watching a lot of documentaries, it helps as well just to make reference and having to know about people that change the world. So all of those things, just you have to do it.
And Sis Katlego, some of the good changes?
The good changes is that I'm seeing a lot younger people interested in the industry. Fame is always relevant to young people. Right?
Yes, the currency.
Every young person wants to be famous, right? But I'm seeing an interest particularly in the acting trade and the craft of acting, which is different. In the past, people just wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
I just want to be famous. I just want people to know. Yeah, I just want to be on TV.
Yeah.
So now people are actually interested. They're like, oh, okay, so how does it work? How does TV work? How does film work? How does acting on stage work? Because those are three completely different mediums. So for me, that excites me. because I'm just like, yeah, it means there's passion.
Oh, yes.
It means there's intentionality about getting that information. People want to know more,
100%.
and they want to teach themselves and learn that, okay, perhaps I can also get there on the same level, but I need some information. I need some knowledge.
Where were you guys getting information back in the days?
Back in the day, you just got school.
Oh, yeah.
You just got school.
And reading books, man.
Yeah, or you were just fortunate enough to come across maybe the legends Abu Dumagandlovu. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
And have a conversation or two. Maybe they would tell you some stuff, if they didn't have a workshop, or if you weren't privileged enough to know about those workshops. So people didn't know. A lot of people really didn't have information.
You guys were just winging it.
Oh, yeah.
We were just winging it.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's easier now.
You were winging
now
it.
there's this. Yeah, now the social media, everything.
You go on YouTube.
Master classes.
For us, I'd leave Durban, come to Joburg, just take a chance. Because I remember it was 2006 when I just left home, came here, had relatives staying at the south, and just had nothing, not working, no money, nothing. But I was just like, you know what? I'm still going to do this. I'll get somewhere eventually. You know what I mean? And it took me almost forever. But it happened at the end of the day.
We've interviewed a lot of actors, right? And the one thing they always mention is the fact that the government is not supporting arts and culture and the space and all that stuff. So when you see a list like the COVID list that just came out recently, and you're seeing names of people that are not supposed to be benefiting from that, how do you guys feel?
Ngifuna imali yami. Abaphume laba sifuna ilist ukuyibona lapha. Ngifuna imali yami, please.
Because there are so many names there, you're like, how the hell did this person get them?
Yeah, some don't even shop.
Yeah,
Some don't even shop, they're South African.
Yeah.
She did my what? We saw them names there. Hey, come on.
How does it make you feel, Melusi?
Look, you gotta understand there's corruption everywhere, guys. Whether you like it or not, there's corruption at church.
Hey.
So if a pastor can be corrupt, who's the guy who's running the industry? It's expected, but it needs to come right at the end of the day. We need to fix things and just, and make it right.
What do you think, Siska?
Oh, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Purely because I knew some of the people who were actually really suffering, who actually got through COVID, like through the skin of their teeth, who were literally like, kids are sitting here, they're hungry, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'd be the one sending some money here, sharing this, No, don't worry, my friend. There's somebody there who's going to come with veggie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it breaks my heart because I'm just like, but guys, there are people who actually really, really needed these funds.
100%.
So this corruption really, I'm glad that it's coming out. On the flip side, I am glad that perhaps there's a little bit of cleaning up that's going to happen now. I love our new minister. I love his energy. I love his passion.
100%.
Love it, continue,
Love
man.
it, love it.
Sophisticated.
And I think with him, perhaps a new broom
There will be a
sweeps clean.
change. Yeah.
Do you have any specific things you guys would really like him to focus on, particularly in your industry, and him achieve?
Royalties.
Yeah, there's that bill, right?
You know what?
That
I'll tell you now. It's so unfortunate that we pay our tax. We pay the 25% tax.
Full tax.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're not getting anything in return. Like nothing whatsoever. We don't have UIF. We don't have any benefits.
Yeah, it's every man for himself.
Yeah, so we're just paying.
You contribute
exactly,
to the fiscus.
Exactly. But we are somehow not being listened to. So hence is Esheti, no, at least we've got Mr. Gayton in the house now. At least we might have some change.
Unfortunately, we fall in a gray area, legally speaking. In fact, it's not a gray area, but the industry has chosen to turn a blind eye because then they don't have to pay us as employees, the benefits of being employees, right?
Yeah.
But, typically speaking, when you're looking at it from a legal point of view, we are actually employees. We're actually regarded employees.
Yes, 100%.
But the contract you're given is as an independent contractor or a freelancer.
Yeah.
And that means then that you don't have the benefits of being an employee.
Yes.
So that's where now the dispute comes in.
No medical aid, nothing.
Nothing.
Which is why now, we were having our little toy there.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
No, I'm not going. That was generations ago.
That was generations ago. Nice one.
But yeah, so unfortunately, because of that gray area, that's what happens. You know, tax we pay full, but we're not getting the benefits.
How does the royalties work? I've got some understanding in music, how royalties work. How does it work in your industry? I've got no idea.
Pretty much the same way.
Okay.
So it's two things. You're supposed to get repeat broadcast fees and royalties. So for every time that, let's say, Generations, for example, if somebody's watching it in Jamaica, right? Which they do. Let me let you know. They are still watching me, myself, in Jamaica.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm not getting paid for it.
And they've paid for it, though.
They've paid
the
and
licensing.
they're getting the money.
And they're still getting paid,
SABC is getting the money.
Yeah. So your
They're
face
getting
being
money for
used
the
there.
repeat broadcasting. Right? But I'm not getting paid for that.
You see now.
That is not right. That is not right.
How
that
unfair is
sounds
that?
wrong.
How unfair is that?
Contractually, it's supposed to be. I mean, there was that huge case with the Friends cast.
Yeah, the Friends, even Sex in the City.
Was literally that. Because they were like, listen, you guys are making a lot of money from this show.
Yeah.
And you're not paying us near enough that makes sense for the amount of money we're making you as the broadcaster, as the producer, as whoever, right?
So are you not privy to that when you sign the contract? Doesn't it say?
So unfortunately, there's certain laws in South Africa that sort of, there's red tape.
Yeah,
Okay.
that protects
So
them, though.
It cages you in terms of how much you can actually negotiate.
Yeah.
Wow.
And unfortunately, the landscape is on the side of the producer, not just legally,
100%.
but also just in terms of the market. They'll literally just say, "Oh, okay, you don't want to do it. Oh, so can you?"
someone else. I want to be famous.
And then Sol will do it, and Sol will do it for R2. You know, you were saying, okay, please give me 10 rand. And you, well within your rights to charge you 10 rand. You've got your experience, you've got your everything. It makes sense for you to be paid 10 rand. No, Sol will do it.
And
for
it's such a shame, even if she could do it better than Sol, but still.
It doesn't matter.
It just boils down to money now.
Yeah.
It's no more what can you bring.
You mentioned 2 royalties, so the one is what?
Repeat broadcast fees.
Repeat broadcast fees. So that's the Jamaican example you gave.
That's both, right? So it flights in Jamaica. I must get paid for the fact that it's flighting in Jamaica again, right? Because I got paid the first time it got flighted in South Africa. Then I must get paid because it's being repeated. But then I must get paid a royalty just to say, okay, this brand is using my face to sell itself, right? So just like with music, you're using my voice.
Yes.
Nobody else has my voice. That's my voice. So if you're going to play it on whatever, pay me royalties. So we wouldn't have this situation where we're getting actors being buried when they're sick, when they're poor and not having enough to for
That's
all
so
these.
sad.
We wouldn't have that situation if we had repeat broadcast fees and royalties.
Oh, yes.
I mean, in the States, think about the Bold and the Beautiful. Those actors are still getting paid repeat, like they're living off of their royalties.
Seinfeld.
Right?
Seinfeld is rich for
They're
days.
living off of their royalties and repeat broadcasts.
Daylight robbery, man.
So what productions in SA do offer royalties and do it the right way?
ETV used to give repeat broadcast fees. I don't know if they still do. They used to pay it out diligently and paid according to the amount. But other channels, which will not be
I must
mentioned.
follow up here because I haven't had my crazy royalty.
I never came across anything.
Go and check.
You still have money stashed there, my man, I'm telling you.
So from a government point of view, then what should happen to ensure that everyone by law is, bound by a law that says you must pay royalties?
That bill that's on Ntate Cyril
It's been years
Ramaphosa's
now.
you must sign that thing.
What's the bill? Which
You
bill
must
is
sign
this?
that thing. The copyright bill.
Yeah.
So the copyright bill then literally says, if my likeness and image is used wherever, I have a right to have a bit of the money of whatever is made from that production. Or whatever it is that I've had a hand in making, right? So that literally that sorts out royalties, repeat broadcast fees, all of those things.
That's crazy. You guys
crazy,
just have,
man.
you just have money sitting like...
But the states lobby it. They lobbied against it. They said, no, guys, please don't give that to your actors. Because they are having a field day here. They come here, they shoot, they use us at a fraction of what they're paying.
Yes.
We don't have unions.
Yeah.
They've got a union there. You can't just go pick up Denzel Washington and be like, being in my movie. He's got SAG-AFTRA rates. He's got there's rules and regulations that will make sure that he gets paid what he gets paid, and there's nothing. You can't mess him around. You have to feed him whatever, everything. He's protected, right? Here, they come here, they're like, in fact, I think they got a bit of a shock. I think Americans were starting to come here and paying us American rates.
Whoa.
And then South African producers were like,
we don't do that over here.
You're spoiling these people.
You're getting too excited.
You're causing problems. You're going to leave.
Yeah, what are you
and
doing,
then we're going to be
Chief?
stuck with the problem that you are causing. Because now these people are going to start thinking, so I'm worth like 500,000. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. They paid me 500,000. It means I'm worth 500. I was next to Denzel Washington. Hold on a minute. So then they started adjusting. Then we'll pay them what you guys pay them. And then the fees went down. Literally. That's literally what we're doing. So in essence, some of the rates, sadly so, are exactly the same as 20 years ago. You find actors who've been legends in this industry, who are on the same payroll, same paycheck since...
And the influx of your Netflixes, Showmax with big budgets, that hasn't changed anything.
That's exactly what happened. They came in with the big bucks. Then they were told, hey, not here.
See what I mean?
I get you.
Not here. So they then adjusted. They then said, okay. Oh, so I don't have to pay $20? No, you don't. Who's making sure you're paying $20? Is there a union? No. Okay. So pay $2.
So from Lisa, are you getting any royalties from any of your shows?
None whatsoever. Wow. And I still, nothing. Nada. Yeah.
Some of the stuff is still on somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Being
And
licensed.
Sis Katlego was just talking about opening the industry. And that on its own, it actually affected. Because kungena bantu who are just not there to do the work. You know what I mean? Either there for the fame or for the money. So obviously for them, they make it easier for them when they say yes to everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they say yes to everything. So even Noma Mina no Sis Katlego ngathi, okay, yes, you know what? We're not signing this contract. Going back to what you were saying.
Because you know your worth and Fundile, you're professional.
Exactly. And
you're good at the
and
job.
this is what I deserve.
Yeah.
So now opening the industry again, it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing at the same time, because the very same people that are coming in, they're just like, hey man, I'm just on a standby waiting to see if whether you lose the job, I'm gonna come in and then and then the industry is killed like that.
And there's not a world where all the actors gather together and say, guys, we are not doing any more work until this is solved, because those production companies will just take anyone from the streets.
They fired 16 actors at the same time.
Yeah.
It was done.
You know what I mean? That was
tough, man.
That was literally what we were fighting for.
Yeah.
And another thing that we wanted was the younger crew.
Yes. Not to go through the same.
I can walk into I can negotiate for myself.
Yeah.
I can say, you know what, you want me?
Boom, boom, boom.
No, this is all I'm willing to pay for.
But there's a certain number of you.
But then now a young person coming into the industry, they don't have a voice.
Yeah.
So they can pay them R2. And we were fighting for them to say, no, guys, you can't pay them R2. You're actually making a lot more money from this person.
Yeah.
So pay them a little bit more.
So that's why you guys do so many shows. Eh?
You gotta be jack of all trades.
You gotta be versatile here. Otherwise, you're done.
Don't be surprised if I'm on a bicycle next doing some trick somewhere. I'm telling you.
So I've always been curious. So as an actor, the way you're saying, and it not being professionalized, no UIF, how do you then walk into a bank and say you want to buy a house? What does that conversation look like when you're
because you need to provide.
contractor? Yeah, you need to provide like a solid proof of either, income for a while, and UIF, they always ask these things in the bank.
Honestly, I mean, it's tough, right? Because obviously no bank will just allow like a contract or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you make your means, man. You make your means, you try your utmost best, because I mean, you've got a family, you need a house, you need a car, so...
Yeah, exactly. What are those means?
I don't know. Well,
Call someone.
Listen.
I know someone. As long as I know someone.
You gotta make means, man. You
always know someone. You can do something.
Ngenxa yekontraki. Engazodlala.
All right, cool, man. Before we talk about the new project that you guys are working on, right? We've got some fire questions we want to ask you guys just to get to know you guys better, right? All right, here's the first one. Famous roles you auditioned and didn't get. Start with you, Privlaage.
Wow. That I didn't get. I'm trying to think now. I can't remember any now.
Oh, you got all
You didn't audition for Mbele?
No. I would get rejected now and again. I mean, but I can't remember any right now.
Shaka Lembe, you didn't audition for that.
I'm on season 2 actually. I don't want to say. Now you just caught me off guard. I just didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that, but we need to cut that out. I'm someone. How is it? I mean, hence the hairstyle and all of that. So yeah, just had to.
Because you guys are shooting now. No?
Yeah. Right now we're shooting.
Nice one. Just Katlego.
Winnie Mandela.
Whoa!
Winnie Mandela opposite Lawrence Fishburne.
Wow!
Whoa!
I was too short.
Oh!
Yo! Everyone about to pass along in 7 November. That's a damn short people.
God was taking a break. Taking a break, man.
Oh, damn!
Wow.
So they're like, we love you, but the height.
So audition is going nicely, it's going. I'm like, okay, this is good. And then they go, okay, can we take a picture of you next to each other? I'm like, oh.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, this is it. And that was it.
Do you think that role would have taken your career to new heights?
Yes and no. Yes and no. To
New heights. Oh, wow.
went over my head. It went over my head,
Of
right?
course it went over your head. You're too short.
No. I got it. Don't leave me hanging. Yes.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, yes or no?
The South African landscape of TV is what it is.
Yeah.
So, and that's why, a whole Terry Peto went to go with Tsotsi.
Yeah.
They got the Oscar with Presley Chanyachai. They came back and nothing.
Ish.
So unfortunately, it is what it is. We are not developed enough as an industry here. We haven't made sure that we can take advantage of those opportunities as they come, and make sure that we maximize it for all the artists that get those breaks. Ideally, it should be that. Terry comes back and she must be given
Opens
big
doors.
projects. It opens
But
doors.
doesn't even come back.
Or doesn't even come back,
Yeah.
right? Or doesn't even come back. We push her from here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
of
We
course.
support her from here. But that's not how it works. That's literally not how it works. You're there, you're in a big fish pond by yourself. And then if you swim, you swim. If you sink, hey, come back home.
There you go.
And then we're always like, yeah, okay, we can give you a generations rule. And come to generations.
Is it safe to say you didn't watch that movie?
Which movie?
The one you didn't get?
No, I did. No. I then played Madiba's first wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least
No,
a
no, no.
consolation, yeah.
I lie. That was my. Then they tried me for Madiba's first wife.
Yeah.
Then I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Then they pushed me to. The name is gonna run away from me now.
Yeah.
Struggle Stalwart. Not Mom Abigail. Good. What was Mom Abigail's surname?
Mama Abigail?
No. No. ANC.
Albertina Sisulu, no.
Albertina Sisulu. That's who I played.
Oh, yeah, wow.
That's who I played.
Yeah.
So I ultimately played Albertina.
At least it's something.
No, it was good. I was happy.
Yes.
I was happy.
All right, Melusi, what is the weirdest date you've ever been on?
Weirdest date I've ever been on. I think when your questions. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but we were just talking about it outside, just talking about smoking. I started smoking weed during COVID.
Yeah.
And I actually went out on a date on my first day of smoking weed. So if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you know, you know. So it was just a mess. And you see,
That's a whole series.
so yeah, like I mean, yeah. Yeah, so it was just like, yeah.
My glory.
That's crazy. And you, Sis Katlego?
I think my weirdest one was a guy who relentlessly pursued me.
Yeah.
And he called me and he pursued me and he pursued me and he asked for this date and he begged and I was like, okay, fine. We eventually go to the date. And then I get to the date and he's like, okay, no, it's fine. I'll have coffee and I'll have this. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. Me, I'm in my element. I'm here. I'll order what I like.
Yeah.
End of the date, guys like, so can you help me with the bill?
Whoa.
So I was like, oh, you mean the maths? Oh, no, that happens to me all the time. I'm like, no, don't worry. I'm like, don't worry.
My calculator.
So 10% thing.
Oh, wow.
He's like looking at me, waits for me to
It's
finish.
like, this woman doesn't get me.
Then he's like, no, I meant like, help me pay for the bill. I was like,
Okay.
I was like, oh, no, don't worry, I got it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Never saw him again.
Yeah. Got it for the first and last time.
He was like, oh, no, next time I'll take her. No,
Oh, wow, man.
Why is that such a deep thing for ladies, man? It's just a bill, guys.
No, but he's
but
been
first dates,
asking,
my man.
and he's been nagging.
And
her.
he nagged me.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I'm a shitty person, but I paid for that bill? But I'm a nice person, I just can't pay for it. So now you're losing out on a nice guy.
No, but you called her out.
Yeah.
You're dodgy.
You said,
dodgy.
let me take
What do you
out.
think?
Yeah,
when you call-
yeah.
And a whole me, I must leave my house, get dressed up.
Yeah. To pay you.
And I must sit there
Yeah.
nice at the restaurant, making small talk, only to pay a bill.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
He actually
no.
called you to buy him food. That's what he did.
All these months.
That was a scam.
Scam.
It was actually
That was a scam.
Hey,
No,
man.
but it's deep, guys. It's deep. This
other
thing.
than that, you would have like entertained him if you did.
No.
So
And
already
now, even in the conversation, I could tell that we're gonna have problems
He's
here.
that guy.
My house this, my car that, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, there's problems here. There's, can't even pay a bill.
Have you been on a what's
My
the
house
worst date?
is my car, but no bill, no
What's the
bill.
worst date, Ghost Lady?
It's more like being stood up. I think that was the
You've been stood up.
Wow.
Yeah. You never keep a lady waiting, eh? You don't.
Well, maybe you picked. Was it a blind date?
No.
Oh,
We knew
okay.
each other.
Oh, wait, I knew you.
just never pitched.
Because I've
pitch.
pitched and not pitched at a blind date. You know, you get there, you can see the person.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
They're like, orange top. And then she's like, what are you wearing? You're like,
You tell them wrong color
like you're
clothes.
wrong color.
You don't tell yeah.
Switch your phone, bam.
Yeah.
So on a blind date, if he doesn't pitch, he did pitch.
Yeah.
He just saw you.
It wasn't like.
Oh, wow.
Aye.
Sis Katlego, what was the first job you ever wanted to have as a kid?
First job I ever wanted to have, I've always wanted to be an entertainer, so I wanted to sing.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to be either Michael Jackson, Brenda Fassie. Those were my big,
Yeah.
So I wanted to sing, but I did sing. I did sing in my youth.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, that's why Backstage makes sense.
Well, I didn't sing on Backstage,
Yeah, you
ironically.
didn't, but I mean,
I
like-
did. I was a dancer on Backstage. Giggles were danced, at some point.
Okay, who did you grow up listening to, music-wise?
Everybody.
Nah.
I'm a chameleon when it comes to music.
Okay.
I'm a chameleon. I listen to anything that grabs me, anything
good
that
music.
connects. Good music. If it's made well, then I just connect with it and
Who you vibing with now?
ready to go. Right now, I'm a bit on my gospel vibe.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on my
Casper.
gospel.
Hallelujah.
Amen, mzali wami.
You just lost your place in heaven. Gone. It's gone.
Yeah. Amen, mzali wami.
And you probably...
Well, for me, it was soccer.
Oh, wow.
Vetulalela ibola. Yo. I grew up watching a lot of soccer with my dad. I'm a Chief supporter.
Hey.
I'm a Kosi.
For life.
Oh, yes, for life, man. Yeah, I know we're not doing,
Hey, man, how bad are we doing? I just keep hearing we're doing bad,
Ah,
bro.
we're doing bad.
Yeah, I mean, the first game we played now, there was like a pre-season
With some African team, show 4-1.
4, yeah.
Why are you saying
Why
it
you have
like
to say it so loud? Like the 4 was like.
Why? Yeah, like why?
No, kubuhlungu, man.
No, you're like
you also a
those
Chiefs
who write
supporter?
I'm a Chiefs
cashiers.
supporter.
Oh, okay.
I'm from the Cyril Nzama Tabamoki era.
You know what I mean? What's it?
Tabang Libisi.
Yeah. Those were the players, man.
Yeah.
I'm not
Atazwane,
I'm not dissing.
I'm gonna go now, eh?
I'm not dissing the current players, but yeah, man, it's not looking good right now for us.
What position were you playing?
Actually, wing 11. Who left first?
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
You gotta have some skill to play that position like that.
Yeah, you got to, and stamina too.
So why didn't it work out?
Well, sure. I was also suffering from asthma. I remember just when I was a teenager, I loved sports. I loved running and just doing anything. And I remember my doctor saying, hey man, look, I even did karate too. So my doctor would be like, hey man, don't be doing any running. No karate for you, because I mean, you get kicked on your chest, you are done.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time it was quite heavy, like, you know what I mean? So I just had to just stop for a bit. But I would play just now and again, you know. But at I can't remember how old I was. And then, yeah, they prayed for me, and then asthma was done and out.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hey, man, nah, yes.
Maybe you'll get a role to play like a soccer player. You know?
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, it's different though, hey? Playing the actual game and just having to play on set or wherever. It's you know what I mean? It's totally different, yeah.
Speaking about sets, what is the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you on set?
Most embarrassing. Ooh. I don't know.
There's gotta be one.
I don't know.
There's gotta be one. Maybe you were kissing a guy who couldn't kiss or something.
Kenneth Mashaba, yeah. kissing Kenneth Mashaba is the embarrassing moment. Then I think that was Putra. Just the podcast.
Yo.
Legend.
Yes. Very nice guy.
Original.
Yeah.
Very nice
I
guy.
can't think of an embarrassing. No, I can't. I can't think. Maybe go. I'll think.
Okay.
Actually, I do remember mine.
Yes.
I remember because I was still new. Felt like I was just thrown into a deep end with your Cindy Latus and look. I remember. I think there was my second week doing a Mubango, and I was given this long monologue to do. I had to stand there amongst all these legends and it just went blank. So now everyone is waiting for me because I mean the whole scene is about me. It's about this monologue that I need to say and they can't cheat, they can't do anything. But like I just had to, I don't know, man. It ended bad.
Bro, I can see where you're coming from because like Cindy Zlatu is like a legend.
Oh yeah,
She's got this aura about her, man.
Oh yes, powerhouse.
Do you think she gets the flowers though?
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Not enough.
Nah.
Not enough. I think she's such a powerful performer.
Oh yes.
And yeah, we use that term a lot, but she is underrated. Like a lot of people just really don't understand how powerful she is. I know we've only just started seeing her as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? She's been like in the wings waiting through the whole Mubango area, you know, but now she's starting to really come into her own.
So yeah. By the way, when a show like Mubango ends, right? Why is it ending? Is it because people aren't watching it, or is it because
What do you mean it's ending?
it's coming
9
to
out of 10
Apparently
times.
now I think they've got a new season coming in.
Yeah, so it's done a Generations The Legacy.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's got a part 2.
a spin-off.
No, the same show, but part 2.
So it's not ending.
Different
No,
cast. Same cast.
Similar cast.
I think similar cast, but yeah.
Some same,
Just
some
a
different.
change of whatever,
But
maybe.
part
I don't
2.
know.
So they're lying to us then.
Well, they ended that season of Mubango. Do you know what I mean? And they're starting a new season.
I think whoever was telling you that, they just ended up by saying, well, we're ending the first season and that
Yeah.
was it.
But they did do a whole media thing where they said,
Oh,
well,
yes.
it's coming to an end. And then
I
next thing
remember
they're
that.
saying, I don't know what they call it now, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay, let's just say a show like Backstage, it ended. Is that because of viewership?
Backstage was a different story. But perhaps Mubango is literally about viewership.
Oh, okay. So they're trying
The numbers were very low. They were battling to keep up.
Yes.
And of course, I mean, numbers are related to advertising revenue.
Yes, of course,
So
of course.
if you're not getting the advertising
you're not
in,
getting-
we
then
cannot
business-
justify
Yeah.
why we'd have
It's
that
business
slot
at the
there.
end of the day, yeah.
So
So, because it always fascinates me where shows like, you know, your Yizo, there's so many shows that are so good. They're so good, but they just end and you're like,
It's bad.
it can't be about numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Because we
it's not
watch it.
always
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
about numbers.
Yeah. It's not always the case, ne?
It's not always the case.
Maybe it's a
about
rift between the
numbers.
production company and the...
Sometimes
Nah.
there's politics.
There's
Sometimes
politics.
there
Oh,
is
yes,
politics.
100%.
Sometimes the channel is embattled. So the channel, you'll find they've got a budget of X amount. Maybe they made a loss the previous year. This year they're like, guys, back to the drawing table. These are more expensive items. If we get rid of some of these, we can get a lot of smaller, little cheaper ones to fill the slot,
Yeah.
rather than having 5 expensive ones. Let's have 10 inexpensive ones.
Yes, okay. makes
So
sense.
sometimes it's a
much cheaper.
financial
Yeah,
decision.
yeah.
Sometimes, you'll never know. Politics,
All right,
ARs.
cool. Melusi, how do you handle negative criticism?
What is that? I mean, I don't know, man. I just, you ignore those things. I don't know. We live through it. Yeah. But you take some, you leave some. I mean, depending on, does it build you? Does it take you anywhere? You know what I mean? You still listen to criticism. Just so then you get to learn, you know. So basically for me, it's just like one of those things. Yeah.
And you?
I love criticism.
You love it? Wow, that's crazy.
I love criticism because I believe that as human beings, we've got blind spots.
Yeah.
There's certain things you will never see everything about yourself. So sometimes you'll only see it as a reflection in somebody else, or somebody will point it out and say, hey, there's such and such, and then, and now you're aware of it.
Yeah.
So, for me, I agree with you, absolutely. Don't take everything on board, select what you need and what you
100%,
don't need. Because some
100%.
people are nasty people out there. Some people are just evil. They just want to bring you down and they say horrible things to you. So take what you need and then leave the rest.
So you're on social media?
I am, unfortunately.
You're brave.
I don't want to be on social media.
So the days you're training, like, what do you do? Are you going through every comment, or you like, fuck it, I'm just putting this
Not
aside?
today.
Not today.
It depends. It depends what they're talking about. If it's really silly stuff that really doesn't need my attention, I couldn't be bothered to go through
Oh,
it.
yes, yeah.
I
I
really
mean-
couldn't be bothered. Especially if it's lies, then I'm just like, okay, I don't have the time, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Got
more
better things to
important
do.
things, right? But if it's something that needs my attention, that I'm just thinking, this is important, perhaps I should put my voice out there some way, somehow, just so that people know where you stand on an issue. Then I will perhaps watch the comments, see what's happening, or there's a new project out. And then people have differing views. Some will be nasty, some will be happy, and you're just checking, okay, what's the temperature of this project that we've done?
yeah.
So it depends.
Greatest advice you've received in the industry so far?
Again, going back to my acting workshops, reading. Just read a lot of books as much as you can.
What books are you reading now?
Right now, in fact, to be honest with you, I'm a very lazy reader. I'm talking about reading books. I'm a very lazy reader, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Because I
But you must read.
Yeah.
Yeah, read. No, he's red. Remember, when you were coming up, he read. He read.
Because somehow, when I was told that, at Melusi, you need to start reading, it did change my life somehow. Just opened my mind. And ever since I've been told that, I try. Even though I'm lazy to read, but I do try and read. Right now, I'm reading this one book by Viola Davis. What is it called again? I just forgot the name. But that's just the one book that I'm dealing with right now. So, that's the one advice I would like to send to everyone too.
All right.
Exactly.
And yourself?
The one piece of advice that I received that I think is critical is that an actor is not about the job that you do on set. Every piece of work that you do is like a composite of all the experiences you've had, of your entire personality, of your history, of everything. So everything you've learned, everything comes onto that set with you. So the more exposed you are to different things, different places, different people, you sit down at a cafe, you watch how people interact. You understand? Is the more you'll have material to do what you need to do as an actor. So
100%.
for me, that exposure to anything, and I'm not just talking exposure in terms of traveling, because people normally just think traveling. No, anything. You don't listen to that type of music, try it. Try it today. See what it does. How does it sit in you? How does it feel? What would the kind of person listening to that kind of music do? How would they feel? How would they act? How would they sit? How would they? So all of those experiences help you on a set, because then you've got a wider palette to play from.
Makes sense. I get it.
I wasn't getting it in the beginning, but when you said palette,
Yeah.
I started getting
So in other words, just go out there and live life. Yeah.
Because if you need to tap into a certain palette, then it's easy to.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Or a
So-
certain situation.
Yes.
Like if you've never seen a mom play with a child at the beach, how can you act it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you've
So
got to
be
experience.
exposed to as many experiences as possible.
Yeah.
So you can't be indoors then.
Not necessarily, but I'm always indoors. I'm a very introverted person.
So how do you get those experiences?
Today, this day, we have lots of
Yeah.
things that we can tap into. Whether it's your YouTube, your TVs, your
was-
series,
for
or whatever,
real?
you know, you can actually literally expose yourself in different ways. But do be open as a human being to different
yes.
experiences. You know, somebody invites you to go jump off Table Mountain, bungee jumping, go for it. You're like, oh no, that's not what I generally do, but try it.
Of which I wouldn't do, but yeah.
So you could play a role of a podcaster right now, just from
Of
what
course.
you've seen. For real?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What? Now?
Like, pay you. You know?
And do you ever switch off from that? Like, so can you ever just have a dinner, just a dinner, and you're not like taking all of these things in?
A dinner?
Yeah, let's just say, can you just turn it off?
Yeah, you can.
What do you mean?
Well,
Like,
you have to be a human being, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like it's on all the time. You're always looking for experiences all the time.
No, not like that.
Okay.
yeah, that's why I'm asking, what do you mean? Yeah.
Not in that way. So in a way that says, you know, just you as a human being, just be open. Just be open
Be
to
a sponge.
experiences.
And, like, you know, be a sponge and
Don't be closed off.
Yeah.
You know?
Observe and
You're with
absorb.
people, you're in an area that you normally wouldn't be in. Don't sit there in your corner, drink your tea. Okay, I've got to go, guys, at 1 o'clock.
And don't
you know what I
be
mean?
part of every. You need to.
So even if you're sitting in your corner, but observe.
Yeah.
Absorb.
And absorb.
Absorb
Yes.
what's going on. Oh,
what I
okay.
mean?
So, because, you know, I've played Shebeen Queen's daughter. You know, I've never been in a Shebeen a day in my life. My mom would like literally, you know, hit me upside the head if she found me in a Shebeen. But I was able to tap into that experience because I've seen or heard or, you know, I've had experiences, even if it's peripheral, but I've had experiences of what that would look like and what that feels like.
I'll tell you with my experience. I remember 2008, I worked for some construction company in Durban. They were just constructing for the World Cup 2010. So that whole year I worked there. 90% of the people that were working there were people from the rural areas, Emakaya. You know what I mean? Not knowing that what the experience then, I would utilize that when I'm hired to play Upego Muzi on Isibaya.
Wow.
Now, I have my own accent yaseThekwini, yaseDurban, uma ngikhuluma isiZulu. Uyayibona leyo nto. So then, I was able to then recall, oh damn, this is how these guys speak. You know what I mean? This is how they carry themselves. So that on its own just...
Dara.
Hey, call up Dada.
Hey, wait, Dara so much.
What's that meant to you? What is that? What's that meant to me? Is that construction site speak?
Hey, my daughter. Dara. What is that now?
I'm confused.
No, it's the prison thing. So I thought about that, Uri.
Yeah.
When Pops did that, he had to tap into, I've got a Zimbabwean friend, you know, and they speak like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in my own world. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I'm like, hey, go, hey. So I mean, with what Justice Katlego is saying, 100%, man, it helps. You need to leave, you need to be out there and experience and just take in, you know?
All right. I'll start with you, Melusi. When last were you in love?
Today.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. Yes.
Hey.
Every day, man.
Hello.
Is her name Dudu? Huh?
Oh, that's our producer. Shots fired.
What are you drinking there? Wait. Are we doing the same thing though?
Yes.
Well, I'm married to a very beautiful wife. Beautiful inside and out. So I'm in love every day, man.
How did you guys meet?
Wow. How did you, in fact, okay, this is how we met. So it's funny this, because I was just going around Auckland Park looking for an agent. Well, managed to find an agent. I don't want to mention the name.
Yeah.
And then the owner of the agent, we became friends, right? And so the guy at some point, at that time I wasn't working. So what he does as well, so he does for the extras as well as like actors and so on. And also he's got another department where, you know, when there's a, what you call this, Nedbank Cup.
Yes.
You see these beautiful ladies behind whoever, if you are a man of the match, they give you those praises. See those girls? So now those girls were promoting there.
Yeah.
So she was one of them.
Bottle girls of the day.
Sparkling.
Yes, Sparkle Girls of the stadium.
Of the stadium, yeah. So she was working for the guy now. So the guy was a friend of mine.
Yeah.
So then he called me this other day. He says, listen, we're going to Nelspruit. Chiefs and the other team was playing. I'm like, fine, cool. I'm not doing anything. Jump in. Somebody, Quantum, about like 8 girls with Quantum.
Wow.
And she was one of them.
Wow.
So just happened to Guting Sale right next to her. I'm telling you right now, every joke, even if it was not funny, she was just laughing at every joke I was saying.
Wow.
Since then,
Jeez, man.
and today we married, man.
That's beautiful. Bro, what's it like as like, you know, I'm assuming, and maybe it's wrong of me, you're a man, you're a provider. What kind of pressure do you face if you're in between acting gigs? Because it's not like you always have gigs, you know. What does it look like at home?
It's not consistent.
Tension. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
consistent.
look. I mean, for me, I was fortunate enough because she understands. She's somehow part of the industry because she's also done like presenting and all of that. So she understands she understands the world. So for me, it was So ingizile leyo nto, but I do make a lot of time for my family, and you know, I'm just always there with them. If I'm not with them, I'm at the gym. If not at the gym, just doing a business. If not, then I'm on set, just shooting. So that's just my life.
Do you remember who won that game that day?
Sorry?
Do you remember who won that game that day?
I don't think I remember.
Yeah, that's a good
Because he won. He scored.
Actually, yes. I won, actually,
Screw cheese.
Screw cheese. Oh, wow.
Last time you were in love?
Last time, a couple of years ago. Wow. Yeah. A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But last time.
Yeah.
That one, the next one must be sent by God himself.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yeah. It's yours.
Then I'll be fine.
And how do you know you love? Because you look like you're hard to impress. Like you look like you know your shit.
Yeah.
Like
I'll be honest with you guys. Listen, I was scared of her at first. Until I met her. I'm like, damn. Okay. All right.
Not at all, hey? I think I'm a very simple person. Very, very simple, actually. The problem is that I'm straightforward and simple.
that's what I was saying.
It actually becomes the problem.
So if I want to smash him, I just come and say, hey, I just want to smash.
Exactly.
Nah.
Exactly my point.
From the jump.
dog.
Exactly my point. But people want to come corner.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
You're like,
That guy should have
But
just called you
now-
and said, listen, I'm not going to pay. You come through, but you pay. You pay.
you understand?
I mean, such a loser, that guy.
Why didn't he say, can you take me out?
Listen, I'm taking you out, but you
No.
pay.
Simple.
And what does a Katlego Danke in love look like? Are you like smooshy, or you like, you know, you just want to be with your man every day?
I
You
like
mustn't
quality
leave.
time. Yes, I'm a bit of a clingy.
Nah.
But I'm a weird clingy. I'm a clingy, but give me my space. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like you be here, but
Yeah.
you know,
Awesome.
you are here, but
Oh,
you are
yes.
here. Yeah, we must just
That's beautiful, man. I've always wondered, like when you guys are in relationships and stuff, right?
Yeah.
do you find out maybe like in hindsight, or this person was not in love with me, but the character I once portrayed, or something like that? Does that happen?
It does, eh? It happens. But well, for me, again.
He was saved from that.
Yeah, again for me, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I messed up my own before I was known, so yeah, it was all good.
That's fortunate.
But it still happens, ne?
It does.
Which is crazy, right?
You'll be sitting in a date and somebody starts speaking to you like the character, and I'm just like,
yeah, like,
okay,
are we ever going to stop talking about work?
they're not even like talking about work, but they'll just start relating to you as if you're the character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they'll do certain things, or they'll say certain things that you're just like, that's not me though.
Yeah.
That's not who I am.
Explain to
Like,
them working.
I'm sure that guy was saying, my car this, my house this. I'm sure he was thinking, Dineo Mashaba. He was thinking, I must tell her, I'm this guy. And I'm just like, no.
Relax.
Hey, dude, it
Not
must be
necessary.
tough dating as an actor or an actress, eh?
Can imagine, bro.
Hey?
Yeah. Nah, man.
Sure.
Rather you than me.
Ghost lady, any question that you got?
I want to find out what characters that you've played like in your life that really took a toll on you, or you felt like it just required a lot out of you, or it took however it just affected you, but in a maker way.
Geketso was for me.
Geketso.
Geketso was a lot. She was a lot. Multiple personality disorder. She had about 6 personalities in her.
Damn.
And then I had to know exactly which one at which point is coming out, and then be able to switch. So literally when I'd go home, I'd literally just have to zone out. And luckily at the time I had no family, I didn't have kids or anything. So it was just me. I went home and just shut down.
And how do you guys prepare for a role? Like, how do you prepare for a role?
Research,
yes.
lots of research. It can take lots of forms. For example, with Gomorrah, I needed to, because I and this is one of those contentious South African points. I didn't necessarily grow up in a township.
Okay.
But I've got families in township, right? So I would go and visit and get the experience from them. But it wasn't
you're
enough. Vele.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight talk. Come on.
Yeah. So I had to find out what the Gomorrah experience is, and especially because Alex is so unique a township. It's not like other townships.
Yeah.
So you had to literally get the feel of what that is.
So what does it entail? Are you going into Alex and chilling for a day, a week?
Well, not go into Alex and chill because I'm scared to go there by myself,
Yeah.
But I would go in as far as I could see and just get an essence of what it feels like. Speak to family members who stayed there. Speak to whoever it is that I could get in my hands to share their experiences.
Bro, I must tell you, Alex is beautiful, bro. I got family there.
Nah.
It's funny. I actually feel safer in Alex than like in the suburbs.
You're kidding me.
It's crazy, bro. It's
Wowza.
it's like one big community.
Yeah, I've been to Alex a couple of times too. And Yama and Tlog.
Yeah.
Proper, yes.
Mogodu Mondays.
Yeah. But just to answer your question again, for me, it was actually two characters. The one I played with Scandal, with Georgia. There and there, I promise you, it required a lot of emotions. So it was quite heavy for me. And then the one that's on now, the movie, The Butcher's Soul. Well, there and there in particular, I promise you, I've never done so much of action. It just required a lot of action, and it also required me to have stamina, because I think, sure, 80% of the movie is just action. So, and I am just there with every action scene. So it required a lot. So those are the two.
I'd actually add Gomorrah as well. I'd add Tati to
yes.
that purely based on your comment, because
Yes.
the action.
Yes.
It takes its toll.
Yes.
And how do you prepare for your roles?
I mean, same thing. You got to do your research. You got to do your research.
What does that mean? Because you keep saying research.
Look, this is what happens, right? Obviously, when you are given a role to play, it's almost like you are given a skeleton.
Okay.
So you have to embody that. And obviously you are also given a backstory, just stating who's this guy, what does he like, what are his dislikes, and so on and so on. So around that, what they've given you, then you add your own element somehow. For an example, if they ask me to play...
Let's do an example of your current role without giving too much.
Yeah.
The one you're playing on Shana 11.
Move. No.
Like, how did you...
Let me not talk about that one. Let me not.
You wasn't made it slipped.
Yeah. I didn't even mean to say that.
Tell us about, okay, then one of your other roles. What did you specifically do to get into...
Okay, let me talk about the movie one, right?
Okay.
Yes.
The butcher.
Right. The movie one, what I've done, firstly, okay, let me just take you slightly back.
Okay.
Because when I got that role, when I got the script, I read the script and I got so crazy. It was so crazy because I felt like I manifested this movie or this character for myself. As I remember around the ages of 14, 15, 16, still a teenager then, I would watch a lot of action movies. You know what I mean? Watch these lead actors, the heroes saving this world and saving their loved ones or whatever. And I would imagine myself being there and being one of them and just doing exactly that, right? So just by watching those movies and watching those people doing that, and look, today now I'm doing the very same movie. So when I immediately got the script, I had to recall and rewatch those movies. You know what I mean? And then right now, also, just to also answer your question, I do watch a lot of movies just to make reference. Look at characters. How do they behave? How do they react? You know what I mean? So then it helps a lot with that. And that's just part of doing research. And outside of that as well, you probably make reference by using your umalume somewhere. Indlela ayiphatha ngayo, umetagiwe, or you know what I mean? And you just look at those things and then you make reference and you start playing those roles.
Or in the case of Keketsu,
Yeah.
I mean, she had a mental illness, right? So when they said mental illness, I literally had to ask them, which one? Does she have
you gotta be
schizophrenia?
specific,
Does she have MPD? Does she have, what does she have? So that I am playing exactly. And then I had to research about it because I've never been crazy. I don't know what I
So do you go to like Sterkfontein or something?
No, not that far. This research
could.
I did.
You can if you want.
You could. If you were, particularly if you were playing it in an asylum,
Aha.
then I would have gone to a
The
Sterkfontein
environment.
to be like, okay, what does it feel like? What does it look like to be in these types of places? How do these people behave? What are the systems? What are the rhythms? What are the energy rhythms that happen here? You know, how do people relate to one another? You know, the people who are looking after the patients, and then the patients, like, how does this thing look, right? Then I would go into that environment. But for this one, I literally had to go inside her head because all of this is happening inside her head. So I had to research. I literally had a file this big about multiple personality disorders. I'm telling you, I felt like a psychologist after that, or a psychiatrist. I literally had to understand what is multiple personality disorder. How does it manifest? What does it mean? How does it come out? Okay, with this particular girl, how would she have gotten it? And how does it manifest? Because
So you
it
get
can't
anal
just.
like that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit crazy like that.
And you don't get your royalties after all of that.
After all of that, yeah.
Do you understand?
Bro.
I think also what also helps as well, just outside of that, is the imagination. If you haven't been, just to answer your question as well, if you haven't been in that situation, I mean, for an example, if I have to play someone who has just lost a child, and I haven't personally, I just have to really get into that zone where I imagine myself having to experience something like that. And the question that I would ask myself, what would I do? And that on its own, it just propels you to then, get into character. You know what I mean?
What's the favorite role you've ever played?
This one.
Oh, okay.
The Butcher's Soul.
Yeah.
For me, it's very special to me, man. Because as I said to you, I feel like I've manifested this one. It's just one role that I've always seen. And just to see myself having to be that action man. And you know what I mean? Saving some beautiful woman, and just being a hero. And it just happened. I was like, damn, God, thank you.
Yeah.
There it is.
Beautiful.
Just landed in front
Your
of
favorite
me.
role? You got so many that you've done, man.
And it must be Tati.
Tati.
It must be Tati because, and I concur with you. I've been dying to do action my entire life.
Wow.
Yes.
So I finally got to do the shooting of an AK-47.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes,
Finally.
Before you guys go, man, I just want to get your top 5 actors ever of all time in SA. What's
goodness.
that list?
In SA?
Yeah.
You know what? Can I tell you something about me, right? I am so bad with names. I'm bad with dates.
Yeah.
I'm just don't ask me. But I'm good with faces, though.
Okay.
You can mention the shows and the character, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll fill in the blanks.
We'll just pop it up here and then people are watching this.
Let me start.
Please,
Maybe
you start.
Yeah.
Let me just think.
Maybe it'll trigger something.
Pamela Nomvete.
Oh,
yes.
Mbele.
You were with it. How is she like?
I think I got tail end.
Yeah.
Like she was just. I was just like, oh my gosh, legends.
giant.
Is she in her own
Legends.
trailer or like? Does she talk with you guys? Like,
No, of course. I mean, it's South Africa after all.
There's no trailers.
It's South Africa after all. But you know, you do get a sense of just the honor of being around somebody like that. Do you know what I mean? Like proper royalty actors. Siyabonga Twala, for me, is a really hard hitting actor.
Google that. That one I remember.
That's Spy, man.
Hey man, I don't watch these shows.
Mbele from Spy. You know him, bro.
See,
Both
He
guys.
played Kenneth Mashaba's brother, Paul Mashaba.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know him. He's
Solid.
No man, this guy, yeah, I know he's been acting for days.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
solid.
Tell us how Google on the Google.
Ngikukhulile, la, siyabonga Twala.
Oh.
Dumisho
that with the
Masha for me.
Dumisho Masha. Yo, especially on stage,
Solid.
Oh, he's good.
Solid.
Dumisho was surprising, eh?
Exactly. But I think for a long time he was caged as an actor. They weren't giving him the opportunities to really spread his wings and challenge himself. And now I think he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah,
He's just like,
yeah,
even if you give me a small, I'm a challenge the role.
Because he did some TV presenting as well, ne?
Yeah. But then now he's on another level. He's really, I think from Saints and Sinners, I was really like, okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Girl from Saints and Sinners, she's now in the States.
Tusombedu.
Tuso.
Oh, Tuso.
Tuso. When
That's
I saw
crazy.
her
Do you
there-
feel like people didn't see Tuso's greatness until she moved to America?
Exactly.
It's crazy, right?
Exactly.
It's like-
But I don't think they don't see it. I think it's a South African situation that we've got. It's a problem. Anything that's here, that's close to us, Rainyatsa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not all that.
No,
I'm next to it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Always like that.
I was on a flight with Tuso, so
Yeah.
she ain't all that.
Yeah.
Then she gets to the States and they go, what?
Yeah.
This is a talent. This is
Yeah.
amazing. Then we go, yeah. She's ours.
You know what I mean?
She's ours. No, she's from here. No.
And it's the same person.
Yeah, but you didn't load her when she was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could see it spur on a random
Do
Tuesday.
you
Man,
understand?
he's an actor, not Denzel. Until then, everyone is like, hey, man. Yeah, I've always known.
I've always known.
You know? Yeah.
So it's a
No,
problem.
we've been wired to celebrate anything American.
You understand?
Yeah, like it's
so we
weird.
wait for them to celebrate our stars
Yeah,
before
and
we
then-
even
Yeah.
celebrate. And it's not that we didn't see the talent. No, we saw it.
It's a problem.
We saw it.
It's a
In
problem.
fact, we even got to the point where we're saying, Wapapa, or we need to bring her down to size
Yeah.
before she even leaves. And then by the time she's fed up, she's just like, they're not allowing me to grow. You know, I'm bigger, I'm getting bigger. And you can feel your growth. You're hitting the ceiling. And then she goes there. Then we claim her.
Yeah.
Then we say,
Trevor
no,
Noah,
she's
same
amazing.
thing.
Trevor Noah, same thing. So that's always a problem. That's always.
So you give us 3? Is that 3?
I think that's 5.
5. Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking.
That's 4. Aye.
Pamela, Dumisho,
30%.
Siyabonga Twala, Tusombedu,
Rishota one.
or Shota one. Yeah.
Cindy Dlatu.
At least when I was.
Oh,
Yo.
Cindy Dlatu.
yeah,
Oh,
Cindy's
no,
amazing.
Cindy's
man.
amazing.
Cindy
Yeah.
Dlatu would be number 5.
No,
Yeah.
Cindy's crazy,
Proper.
man. Yeah.
Proper.
Sure.
proper.
Oh, man, can we please keep that?
Okay,
Instead of
can I
this.
give you one?
Please.
Jack Mabas.
Yeah, Vusignene, Ubabu Vusignene. Yeah, you might know his name.
No, he's
I
proper.
know his name.
He's
Yeah.
proper.
That's cool, man. Any question you got, Penduka?
Yeah. Maybe this is a silly question, Katlego, right? People always speak of like pretty privilege, but are there disadvantages of being pretty, especially like in your industry?
Definitely. You're taken as a dumb blonde
No ways.
all the time. All the time.
Even when people have seen your work and that you're good.
Oh, people think she's pretty, so must be a little bit missing. It's not all there, So you always have to sort of defend yourself. You always have to prove yourself.
Did you
over and
experience
above.
any couch casting throughout your career?
No,
Oh,
I
you're
must
fortunate,
say, I've always been fortunate to have good agents, and it's always done through agents, But also as well, I'm just extremely principled as well. So I don't know. It would have to take a lever of a man to come and try.
Yeah.
You understand?
Even
Because I don't think I give the space. When I come through for an audition and I'm coming through for a professional engagement, I don't give a space for there's no room for you to turn it
You're
into.
not flirting, you're flirting back.
No. So
Look how far you're sitting from me.
even if maybe you throw an arrow,
Yes.
and I see it, but I'm just going to be like, no, we are not in the arrow. No.
Have you been mistaken for like a kid or?
Yeah, that's happened. I've had teenage kids. Hey, my size.
Let's talk about The Butcher's Soul.
Oh man.
The Butcher's Soul.
I won't lie to you, I haven't seen it.
Ah,
but
you gotta see it.
It keeps coming up on
Yes.
shows to watch.
Oh, okay.
I need to check it out.
Guys, you
when you
gotta
go
watch.
on- when you go on
gotta watch
Showmax
it.
and it shows you shows to
Oh,
watch.
yes.
Because there's a blue background. It's just you, the picture, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you gotta watch it, eh?
Okay.
I think, look, it's
And
different.
we're not just saying that.
Yeah, we're not just saying.
Like this project was special.
Yeah, because I mean, look, it's
Was there a big budget?
I wouldn't necessarily
where are
say
the
a big
bosses?
budget.
Because I think they are here.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a big budget, but what they made of the budget made it look like it was millions.
But I'll be honest with you, compared to every other production I've worked for in terms of payment, this one in particular, it was a good pay.
Do you know what I think that's because of?
Yeah.
They were fair.
Oh, yes.
They were very
It was
fair
a
in the way
fair
they
one.
negotiated.
Oh, yes.
They were very fair in the way that they treated us. I mean, we were
They knew
treated
what
like
you were
royalty
doing,
on set.
yeah.
And when I say royalty, I'm not saying bells and whistles.
Yes,
I'm just saying the basics that you require as an actor on set.
Yeah.
The basics that anybody on set, in any part of the world would require. They were willing to just give you that respect and to give you what it is that you need without if, ands, or buts. Without like, no, but you think you're all of that.
They would listen to you first.
So what are the basics on set that you guys have that generally you wouldn't have?
So,
project?
for example, I've got allergies. I've got certain dietary requirements, right? And then this particular team, they were so pedantic. They came through. They made sure they were like, okay, do you eat this? Do you not eat this? Can we prepare this for you?
That's
And they didn't take it for granted that, we provided catering. Go and take something. And then I end up not eating because now I'm allergic to half the stuff that's on
You
offer.
can't perform.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
And it's produced by really young guys, eh?
Yeah.
Young, fresh mind. You can see they're hungry for this. And I mean, hence the movie is looking like that.
Kudos to the team.
The last time we had Samkelo on Dlovu, she was saying that your Netflix's Prime, is it Prime as well? We're leaving the country because of our
Amazon
stance.
left,
Amazon, yeah.
Amazon,
because of our
yeah.
stance with the Israel-Palestine thing. Remember that thing? Is that true? Or is that true? Or are they still here?
I don't know if it's so much to do with that. Purely because Amazon runs a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
They run a business.
Yeah.
If there's a business case for them to be in the country, then they will be there, whether your political standing is against them or not.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're making money.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they're still here or they're gone?
Amazon came through on the side of their delivery.
Yes, take a lot
take a
vibes.
lot vibes. I'm not sure if they've pulled out. I know we still have access to Amazon.
Oh,
So to all intents and purposes, they seem to be here.
And Netflix
and
is
they
still
seem to actually still be generating content for South African
Yes,
content.
yes, yes.
Right? They are still
yeah.
generating content.
Oh, wow.
So
And
it'd
Netflix as well, ne?
And Netflix is still
Netflix is still here.
It's still here.
Oh, yes.
So I don't think something like that would be enough to pull out a big company like Amazon.
Mm.
They need numbers.
Yeah.
If they're not getting numbers, so I think they're drowning. I think they're drowning in the market. I think Showmax is bigger. I think Netflix is bigger.
I think it's the
And I
biggest in
think-
Africa, ne?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think both of them have local content.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So the local audience is watching the local content,
yeah.
and that's why they're glued onto your Amazon and your Netflix and your Showmax.
Yeah.
So Amazon is struggling because they've got predominantly, I think it's Indian content,
Mm.
and then maybe here or there they'll have black content that's probably African American, and then they don't have localized content that we relate to.
American content right now is so trash. I've even shifted to K-pop now.
Hey,
K-pop is that K-pop? Is that called?
Korean,
Korean.
No, I've heard
K-pop,
about their
Korean,
TV.
Korean.
Korean
I
TV.
got
I've heard
into
about
that.
it.
Dude, it's crazy.
I got
bro.
into that, and it was quite.
Yeah.
What is it?
Why?
Korean movies.
What's that?
Is it called K-pop?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
genre of.
Like they're on Netflix. Yo,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
into
I
it on
need to check it out.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just
yeah.
watch those
That's
Korean
wild,
movies.
dog.
Once you get in,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Yeah, that games. What's that games in red overalls?
Squid
Games.
Squid
Yeah,
Games.
that's Korean.
That's
That's
K-pop.
really good
Yeah.
TV, man.
Yeah.
Even it's Old Boy. It's an Old Boy. There's a movie that originally came from South Korea. It was really amazing. Then Spike Lee had his own version as well, but it wasn't as great as the Korean guys.
But I will agree with you that South African content has stepped up because the American stuff is just so predictable.
Yeah.
You already know how it's
you've
going to
seen
end
Yeah,
when
Yeah.
it starts.
Yeah.
It's drugs.
It's almost
and
the
tough
same
wars,
stuff.
And I'm going to kill you. I'm going to
Yeah.
kill your kid. And then I want my turf where my
avenge.
drugs, where my
Exactly.
bike, whatever. And then you watch something like Gwenzo. Gwenzo did something, man. Fuck. It was something I was watching recently.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, man.
We're on
He was
Netflix.
So, what's the situation with the royalties? Did they at least, say if this gets repeated, it's
Same,
still...
no.
Remember, there is no law currently. Nothing legally requires any producer to pay anybody or any channel, actually, because the onus is on the channel, to pay any artist anything.
Soon comes night.
Soon comes
Yeah,
night.
Gwenzo.
Okay.
Let's watch it.
I haven't
It's
seen
dope.
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
I haven't seen
Oh
it.
yes, soon comes night.
Soon
Yes,
Comes
yes,
Night. He
yes,
killed
yes.
it.
I
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I watched
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I watched
yeah.
it. Yes.
No, we're getting really good content in this country. We're really upping the stakes.
We're
and I
improving,
think,
big time,
Yeah,
big
we're
time.
I'm glad we
looking at
shifted away from apartheid, this normal.
Yeah, the whole history
True.
and yeah.
I mean, it's warranted.
Yeah.
There's a place for that.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
can't just be that's our story
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
no,
we
true
needed to
that.
move past that and just now get into content creation and just say,
Yeah.
okay, what is the story now?
Yeah.
What do we relate to now?
What do
are the
people
stories?
want?
What do people want to
Yeah.
know about?
Do you do you have like a production company? Are you behind the scenes as well? Like, do you
I
produce
am.
some shows?
I produced a short film.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
called Mbele. Also a crazy journey to shoot it. We shot it in COVID, and no one got COVID. Thank you. God.
Wow.
So yeah, it was an amazing journey, but yeah, it's now on the film circuit.
How does that happen? How do you make money from that? So do you get funding? You shoot it and then
Passion project.
okay. So we're laundering, ne?
What?
Anything that no one has seen is laundering. What are we
You're not
doing?
making money from it. You said it's in movie circuit. When do we watch that? Though?
So it's on the film circuit. It was on the Soweto Film Festival, where it was on there. It was at the Rustenburg Film Festival,
Damn,
the Bloemfontein, the Cherry Film Festival. It was on there. So we're doing internationally. We've been on Korea, Japan, I think.
Wow.
I think Australia as well. So yeah, to
So
good
what's,
reviews.
what's the
to
difference
good
between a short
reviews.
film and a normal film like this? Soon comes night.
Short film is it's really just to tell the same story, but probably in a very small frame of time. It's not meant for your blockbuster. You're not going to the cinema to go and sit down and see it. So it's going to go to maybe your film festivals to do the short film festival. You go with other short film festivals.
So it's not a duration thing, it's a distribution thing.
It's a duration thing. It's called a short film because it's short.
Yeah.
How long should I
Ours is what, 20 20 or something odd minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I get you. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So, I mean, a
makes
short
sense.
film can even be like 10 minutes. You can get a 5
okay.
You
minute.
can shoot in a day.
TikTok is actually, they just ran a competition, I think, where they're shooting with your phone. They're saying you can shoot with your phone a 5 minute.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
so they're
would
running a
classify-
competition.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's
okay.
like a short film. So you could take that, if it's good enough, you
Yeah.
can take that and go into the film
It's like
festivals
YouTube
with it.
Shorts, Reels, those type of things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything you want to ask?
Do you guys still have ambitions of doing the whole Hollywood thing?
Yeah, let's go bigger.
Chief, there's nothing
Yeah.
there, Chief.
No, I mean, just the experience, my man. Like,
Hey,
you
the
know,
dollars are
especially,
there.
yeah, like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, the dollars.
Yeah,
royalties
you want that? Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly. Oh, this guy. Oh, let's get the dollars first, then we'll come back home.
No, when you say Hollywood, I'm just thinking piss because it smells like piss there.
Ish.
That
Then
thing
there's that.
that thing that you walk on.
Yeah,
the Hollywood star thing.
Oh, the star, you walk of fame. Yeah,
it smells like piss.
Are
bro.
you serious?
Yeah.
I've never been there yet.
But like, how do you guys get there though? Or is there a plan, or you just hope to get discovered, or do you have then international agencies that you reach out to? How do you make that happen, or you just hope it's a lottery?
So, you know what? That's a good question. Because for me, even just getting jobs here in SA, I've never really had to rely on agencies. I've been very fortunate that I would get calls directly from productions. Probably maybe my one or two productions that I've worked for. Yeah, and thereafter, then I was like, you know what? I feel like this agency thing is just a waste of time for me. If I'm just getting calls directly, why would I still want to still have a share that I give to an agent when they've done nothing? You know what I mean? So that's been the experience for me. Until now that you asked that question, because lately I've been actually considering doing that, like having to find someone who could just probably take me across if the time allows, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at that right now. So, but so far it's been just me just having to experience what I can for now. And I mean, like, I never thought I'd be doing such a movie now. Yes, I've been wanting and wishing and hoping, but not knowing that it was going to happen now. So if something like that happens now, then I mean, what's next to come? You know, so yeah.
But when we were there, what we saw is that you literally, I think it's a bit of both, but I think it's about going there and just camping there. It's like literally like when you're out of mind, out of sight. So if you're there, like it's easy to just bump into someone who knows someone who's got a role and you might be perfect for it. And then you understand.
But then you're reliant on...
Yeah, but
You know?
but then again, there's guys who are waiters at restaurants who've been doing it for 15 years.
And they're
'cause
Americans.
They just got there without a plan, hoping I'm in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they're
Half of the
American.
Yeah, like 2% that are making it.
The thing about it is the market there, even against African Americans, is tough. So it's a small, okay, there's the Hollywood market. Then there's the Caucasian Hollywood market,
Yes,
right? Which is the bulk of it.
Yeah.
Then maybe the African Americans get like a tiny portion of it. Of that portion where now you want now to come all the way from Africa
Yeah.
and speak to somebody
Oh, Jay,
and be
Gajalo.
like, hi, I'm from Africa.
Yes.
No, put me in.
Uhamba ipinyanga wena wetu.
But the dollars are there.
So the
You're
likelihood,
right.
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, the better way would be your Tusumbedu and Nomza Mombata way. You know, you've got to know somebody who knows an agent.
Oh, yes.
And then the agent can then unlock doors
Yeah.
It's also
from
about
that
who you
side.
know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
also
is
just by
about
luck,
critical.
So sadly, we gotta close it off on a sad note. We recently lost a legend.
Oh, yes.
We interviewed her.
Yeah.
Was it last year?
Last year.
Last year, Connie.
Last year.
Oh, yeah.
How was that for you guys?
Such a knock, such a shock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's weird because you always think, you never think people will pass on. It's weird.
Yeah. Never.
It's weird. Especially with people who are famous or in the limelight. We just never think, oh, they're going to pass.
Yeah.
So it's just been shocking.
Were you guys close?
I mean, that's like my mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like my mother on set. She was my mother.
Oh, yes.
When I was pregnant on set, hey, don't give her that. Don't give my daughter. She mustn't eat what. She mustn't sit here. I'm just like, okay, mom, you know.
I couldn't believe how we got that interview because when she came there, she didn't even know what a podcast was.
Well done, dude.
You guys.
Well done.
You know, but she was so welcoming and she was just such a great soul, great energy.
She was always
and
like
you know,
that, man.
to have a legend like that have take time out of their busy schedule just to spend time with you for something they don't even know what they're doing, but
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, let's do it. You
Yeah.
know, I think it speaks volumes.
Oh,
Beautiful,
yes.
beautiful
'Cause I know
person.
I've worked with her, Rhythm City, I think for like 2 years. And I remember she was so welcoming when I got there. And first time we sat, we were having breakfast. And she was just like, she was a mother, as you're saying. Like, she's just a mother to everyone. So, yeah, it's sad.
How did you get her, Dudu? What did you do?
Pulling strings.
No, I called her. I said, so we've done an interview with, you remember we did John Gani?
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
John
so I
Kanye.
told her that we wanted to also have a female equivalent
Oh.
of, a legend on the show. Yeah, and then she said, okay, I'll go.
Shout out.
Well done, Dudu. Best producer.
You are ready for America now.
And the royalties. Don't forget your royalties.
So in closing, man, Bob Melusi, what do you want to be remembered as when it's all said and done?
Just a storyteller, man. And then also a man who loves his family, just that. So I'm still trying to change the world. Yeah, that's it.
And you, Sis Katlego?
I want to be remembered as, somebody who came to make her mark, right? We all have our different stories to tell. I believe we all have a purpose on
In
this
life,
earth,
yeah.
right? So for me, I just want to be remembered for achieving my purpose. And for changing whoever's lives who was around me that I could change. If I can impact 1 life, 2 lives, 3 lives, I've done my job.
Yeah.
I've done my job.
Man, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming through today, man. It's really amazing.
Before we go, we have some gifts.
Oh, they're not bearing gifts.
Yeah,
little song.
we got gifts. We got gifts.
We're not used to that, eh?
Oh,
We're
okay.
not used to
You
that.
guys are used to giving people like a drink
our
set.
guests don't give a fuck about us.
Are you serious?
They don't care about us.
Wow.
So these are some merchandisers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
from and then
wow, this is
Ghost Lady, you have
You
yours
don't have
there.
a jacket. Look, I haven't had a jacket for winter.
Yeah. So please turn it around and let's see what it says at the back. Let's see what it
Come
says
on
at the back.
now.
There you go.
Next smile, pa, guys. Next
So
smile,
yeah.
Next smile, pa.
So from
I think
Leburu.
it's size I'm there.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah. This one, yeah, ungayiboni size yakho so. Yeah, ungayiboni.
Kid is sexy. 6 to 9.
Really sexy.
6 to 9.
About 7 November. From Leburu Graphy Productions, guys.
Thank you so much.
That's for you guys, man.
Oh, you guys are
Yeah.
amazing.
Off, man.
This is me.
Yeah. Thank you. And
Appreciate you guys,
please, we
man.
beg that people watch the
Oh,
movie.
man.
Yeah.
Watch the movie, stream it on Showmax.
Showmax.
Yes,
Soul,
please.
The Butcher's
The
Soul.
Butcher's Soul.
Yeah.
Just
It
watch it
is
with your family.
worth it.
Yes.
It
with-
is worth it.
Oh, yes, it is. With your
What
partner,
part
everyone.
are you playing in the movie?
I played Emma. I get swindled by some people, and that's why I end up being in the mess. But yeah, it was such an interesting role being on the. I wasn't a villain this time. So being on the other side now, I'm just a victim of a villain, and it was just.
I love you when you're a villain.
Yeah.
You're so feisty.
Really?
You turn me on, bro. It's like, hey.
Married man.
So we're busy with the Butcher's Soul.
Yes.
What else are we busy with?
Oh, yes. I don't know if I can steal some air. I don't know when.
No, I said you can, man. Yeah.
And, I mean, I got nominated for the Royalty Awards.
Oh, wow.
So please, people must vote.
Oh, wow.
Please vote for me. So I'm not sure when you guys are airing this because they need to vote. I think voting lines are closing on the 16th.
We're dropping this next week, Thursday.
Ah,
What
then,
date
yeah.
is that?
Is it before the 16th?
Let's check.
Yeah, we're gonna make it.
Oh, yes. Please. Yeah. So please.
No, we're dropping on the 15th.
Okay, then great.
Oh, nice.
So please dial, vote by dialing star 3 2020 star 2 hash,
100%.
and then you choose option 16.
Cheers.
Fantastic.
Please, option 16.
No,
let's get this one, man.
Put that on the screen, please, ne?
Yeah.
Just put it on the screen.
Oh yes, please.
What's that word for?
For lead actor, Soapy lead actor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Soapy lead actors. For soapy lead, best soapy lead actor.
Best, yes,
For
that's the
Royalties
one.
Awards.
Nyambos.
Well
Nyambos.
done.
I got Nyambos, Wow, and you guys are doing really good, man. So
Thank you. Thanks for
We love
coming.
the
Done
show.
on the
It's
program.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you busy with The Butcher's Soul? What else are you busy with?
A lot of stuff at the moment, but most of it is behind the scenes.
Nice.
Producing, directing. So yeah, keep an eye on this.
And if The Butcher's Soul does well, you'll get 2, ne?
Oh, definitely. 2 must come. In fact, 3 must come. then we go for a series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Part 2, part 3.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
cool, man. Go slate anything.
No, just so grateful to be.
Fantastic,
Thank
man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out here. Podcast and chill. Boom.
Love you. Oh, by the way, my wife's name is Andy. So here you guys said Kuku Eututu. Yeah. My wife's name is Andy Swa.
Doesn't want
We
issues.
love you, Andy.
Love you and this one. Peace.
Bye.
Welcome to Black Excellence. Do not fear, for if you do, just sip on some grandeur. And if you still do, ask ourselves, what would Mapapunzi do? Parama chilla, itlasha lefiki. Ungoyigi, even if when they ask you, how sabini, do not fear. For if you do, just say, Anistivi. This is the medicine of censorship. This is the pill. Which one is that one? Podcast and chill.